Hey everybody. I wanted to pop in for a second and just make sure you know that it is me and I'm watching you and I'm looking at what you're doing. So anyways, here's what we need to do today. We need to talk about following what I hoped you would do with this assignment and just clarifying a few things. So let's review. Your assignment this week is to make a poster to change behavior. Why are we doing that? Well, our focus is trying to help end the coronavirus crisis. So I stopped and I thought, maybe you don't understand what a crisis is. A crisis is really a turning point when things can get better or worse. And I thought this quote from John Kennedy, president during the Vietnam War and some other crises, could help us. He said the Chinese used two brushstrokes to write the word crisis. One is for danger, the other for opportunity. In a crisis, we need to be aware of the danger, but recognize the opportunity. So your poster should be trying to accomplish these three things. You're trying to make your audience feel like they can make a difference, convince them to do something or avoid something, and help them to see the opportunities that are available, especially for them to really make a difference. So number one question I think that has come up is, should your poster be about World War II? Some of you have already made posters about World War II. The actual answer is no. Your poster is not supposed to be about World War II, but in fact about today. So World War II gave us ideas and it gave us examples, but just like we've done all year, we want to apply what we've learned to today. So here's an example of how you could do that. On the left is a Victory Garden poster from World War II. People had to plant gardens. The government encouraged them to do so that they would have food to eat. But on the right, you can see I've made it into something more related to today. So something I've done in my house is I've started planting some seeds just inside. Why? Well, it's going to help me fight boredom and eventually I can grow some foods. And gardens will keep you busy at home because social distancing helps us to defeat corona. All right. So what can you do if you already made a poster and you made it about World War II? Well, if you really want to accomplish this week's task, you could change what you have to be a coronavirus message. So ask yourself how you could do that. You should watch the video that I posted explaining how to do the poster. I showed you some propaganda examples and I listed lots of issues you could use on your poster. So for example, this is one of the slides I made. It shows you a poster from World War II, but then in the black box here, you can see, well, some of the problems we're facing today that you might want to address are the fact that there are some really racist things that are being said and actually violence that's happening against people of Asian descent. You could make a poster making it clear that that's not okay. No one group is to blame for what's happening here, and that you should encourage people to work together and really come out strongly saying violence and hatred is not okay. Any of you could make a poster like that. I know that you could. Another example is this one where they were trying to encourage people in World War II to realize every little thing that they were doing was helping out, right? So in the orange box, I said these are things you could make posters about. How can people be positive on social media? How can they help senior citizens? How could you, maybe if you are able, donate money to a food pantry or an organization that is helping? So some people have already done this assignment and they did a really great job. And I just want to show you that I posted them on my Twitter. So I really thought that Jack in particular did a really great job. And so I posted the criteria to see if we could get feedback. But he did a good job of telling people how to change their behavior. Pretty simple, just practice social distancing, but that's a great, strong message. He didn't use a lot of words. It's a very strong visual statement. The strongest visual here is that I should stay positive. And the feedback I've gotten has been lots of likes and loves on Facebook. This one is also from my first hour, kind of telling people how they can make a difference just by staying home. It relies a little more on fear because of the people who are sick, but that's okay, right? It makes me want to stay home for sure. So great job. And then I thought this one really talked about, and so I added the quote from John Kennedy about recognizing the opportunity. So maybe you can take this time to really think about the things that you're thankful for. So another student in my first hour just listed, 5 things you're really grateful for because, yeah, the world's kind of crazy, and these are great things to stay focused on and to stay positive. All right, so just to remind you where to find that video, last thing is that this is the assignment in Google Classrooms. I'll show you where it is. Digital Learning Week 2, and this video here, it says create your own propaganda. That slideshow has lots of examples of information you could use today. And then the video is linked in this assignment, which kind of walking you through how to do it. I've also shared a calendar with you, a video about how to use calendar to plan your time, which explains the assignments a little bit more. So of course, here's the link to the video. If you have any questions, of course, email me and let me